Alright, so this is a quick video to kind of help explain the process of using Honorlock so you can decide whether or not you want to use it for your final exam, and then kind of make sure I explain the expectations. So from Canvas, you'll click on Honorlock. Remember that you must use Google Chrome to use Honorlock. Alright, please make sure you complete the honor code acknowledgement if you're going to use Honorlock. And then I just want to reiterate this multiple times. Your practice exam does not need to be completed through Honorlock. I'm using the practice exam to be able to model this process with you. So you do not have to use the Honorlock for the practice exam. So I click on Launch. At this point, what's going to happen is you're going to come in and it's going to prompt you and be like, oh, you don't have the honor code or Honorlock extension, Chrome extension. So they're going to walk you through a process to install your Chrome extension. Once that extension is installed, you'll be able to see it up here in the Honorlock kind of shield right there. If you can't see it, then what you can do is you can click on the puzzle piece, and then you can pin. You can see how that shows up right there. You can pin it to your bar there. All right. At that point, you want to come in and go ahead and authorize. So you're giving permission for Honorlock to see your computer, to look at your computer more deeply. Please run a system check to make sure that you're all up to date on all of the things, whether it be a Chromebook, a MacBook, or a PC. You got the directions just reminding you what you can use during the exam. So the expectations. If you break those expectations, what happens is that they'll put an exception onto that, and then they'll bring it to my attention, and I'll have to go watch this video and verify whether or not I think that there was something unacceptable going on. So if you follow the expectations, that kind of fixes the problem. All right? So they're saying, like, I have it set up so that way you can't have any other tabs open up on your computer. And so that way, right now, what happens is they're saying, okay, you have a tab open. Your professor says you can't have a tab open, so I'm going to click on Close Tab, and it's going to clear out my computer and make sure it's ready to go. All right? Got some more instructions there. You can read those and get my picture. And that's my camera that I'm recording from right here in front of my face, that right there. So sorry about the weirdness of that. Alright, so continue. So now they're asking me to do a room scan. So once again, with this, I'm just asking that you take the time to take your computer, pick it up. So 3, 2, 1. Pick up your computer and show me your whole room. Right, so I can see, you're looking at my gear room / office, super messy. Okay, so I can see everything in your room. Set it down, click that. So that's really for me. Like, that's like, you know, that's me saying to you, or when you're saying to me that there's nothing in my room, I'm in here by myself kind of deal. And so now it's a little tip, so click continue. And now they're getting ready to to share my screen. So it's just like Zoom. Alright, so we're in, and you can see that now, like, we're in the Honorlock. You've made it through the process. I got a picture of you. I got a video of your room, and I'm ready to go to my exam. So I open the exam site. Alright, they're giving me a little note that's saying, oh, the exam that you're working on is going to need a password. But remember, that's just because, for the final exam, I want to have a password so that way people can't just open up the exam and take it anytime they want. So I click OK, and now I need to sign in. So you make sure you want to start this process having your username and password for my lab with you, and that way you can make sure you can get in. Okay, if you forgot your password, you want to make sure you go through and get it reset and get ready to go before we start. Alright, so let me go in as a student. So this is what it looks like for you. So scroll down to the bottom. And remember, I am doing this with the practice exam for this video. When I'm done with this video, I'm going to change the practice exam back around. You will not need to do the practice exam with Honorlock. You will not need to do the practice exam with Honorlock. So you click on that. It's like, oh, you need a password. Okay, so what you want to do is you got this little icon down here. And this is like where they're recording you in your room. So like this is like, if someone walks through your room, like the AI is gonna flag that and be like, oh, someone just came through the room. You need to go look at this minute on the video and like see what's happening, right? If I see you, I'm going sidetrack for a minute. If you know, like you're doing this a bunch, like, right, you're on your phone, like it's going to flag you and it's going to send it to me and be like, hey, they were like, something weird's happening at this moment. Like, it's an AI program. They don't know. It's not a human. It's like it's an AI thing looking at it. So what I recommend with your phone is just set your phone someplace back behind you so that we can see that it's not being used. Just put it back on a shelf someplace sitting there so that way we know it's not being used. Because once again, this is for you and I. This is to make sure that all my students are being honest with their exam. Another thing you could do periodically during the exam is you can just show me. Be like, you could have your camera down like this for a second and just show me that, like, you know, here's your scratch work. I can see that you have your calculator laying out right there, you know, and then just like put it back up, you know, kind of deal. So this is just like showing me like, hey, I can see that you're the person, you know, that the body didn't move. This is what's going on down underneath you, right, and so forth. Okay, so that's kind of a key thing for you to decide. Do you want to use Honorlock, or do you want to just take this with Zoom with me, and I'll be the one watching you? Either way, all Honorlock is doing is if it sees something funny, it sends me a flag, sends me an email, and says, hey, something weird just happened at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go look at that and decide whether or not you want to process it. Okay, so if someone does walk in the room behind you, and they turn around and walk straight back out, then that's going to flag, and then it's going to send to me, and I'm going to go look at it and decide. If someone walks in, I can see them helping you, or if I can see you doing something suspicious as far as like looking for answers somehow, you got another computer, right, and you're working off another computer or something, like, you know, things like that. That's what we're worried about. So if you're being honest and you're just taking your test with the expectations I've given, then this isn't going to be a big deal at all. Okay, awesome, thanks. So okay, back to the input password. So let's move this over so you can see what happens. So I've clicked on this guy, it popped it up, right, because I need the password, and so Honorlock has the password. So I click on this, and you'll notice that the password starts typing in for me, right? You can't see it because Honorlock's doing it. Once it's in, you click submit, and now you're into your test. So you'll start your test, and once again, here you are. You can see there's you in the camera right there. I can see your surroundings. I can see if people are walking in or out. I can see if you're talking to somebody. I can hear if you're talking to somebody. You know, like your cell phone hopefully is sitting back here out of the way, so that way, like, you know, like I know you're not using your cell phone. Every once in a while, if you want to just show me your work area and show me that, you know, you got your things there, and then that's great. We'll be good to go. You take your test. Submit your test. Maybe at the very end of the test, give me one more like look down. Give me one more scan of your room. Make sure everything's good to go, you know, kind of deal. And then just go ahead and submit your test. And once you've hit submit, then you can go ahead and exit the Honorlock, right? Because don't submit it. Don't hit exit Honorlock until you've submitted your course or your test, because otherwise you could be finishing your test and I wouldn't be able to see what you did. And so this would be, you'd have to go back and retake the exam with the proctor another time, because I'd have to like wipe away your results because I don't know what you did with Honorlock and what you did without it. So make sure that you're submitting it. Submit the test, then exit the Honorlock, and you're done. And that's it. And so that will take you through. At that point, you can go see your results. You can pull things up and so forth and so on. All right. So that's kind of the video to kind of help you understand like what Honorlock's going to be like, so you can decide whether or not you want to use it or you want to meet up in one of my Zoom meetings next week. All right. Thank you for watching this. Let me know if you have any questions.